think of him now, and it's like all people want to do is kind of slander him and
people
like that.
People only identify with bad because it's a moment for them to be offended and make a big post, make a big Twitter, or make a meme.
So they take your worst moment and then they're gonna put a magnifying glass to that, but they won't look at you as a human in context.
Just like people say, "Oh, you quit against Golovkin. You're a quitter. That's unforgiving in this sport." I don't need y'all motherfuckers to forgive me. Like, when I stand before God at the end of the day, God's not going to say you quit in the fight, you're going to hell. I don't care about who judges me out here. Only God can judge me. And half of these people that talk this smack are jealous because...
And fat.
There's... Very fat.
Talk
very
about
fat.
how fat. Do it with your hands.
It's crazy, right? Because you get people who quit their jobs because they don't like somebody at the job. You quit making money at your job because you don't like somebody at the job. You quit working because you had to get up early. You feel what I'm saying? You quit working because now you can't go to the club the way you want. You quit. Here I am under the lights with 19 professional fights, fighting one of the best pound for pound fighters on the map. Give him a great fight. I'm down twice in the second round, get back up and rally in rounds 3, 4, and 5. Then in round 6, I get clipped behind the head. I got up, I made the count, and I just say, yo, in my mind I said, I'm already down. Let's just call it and look for another day. You feel what I'm saying?
But that's good, like, and maybe, like...
I'm an intelligent person. What does it say in just about a lot of religious books, especially the Bible? Pride comes before the fall. You feel what I'm saying? People's pride can kill them. You feel what I'm saying? I'm living here to fight another day. You can die in there. You feel what I'm saying? Now, people want to see me die against Golovkin.
Because they love...
But this is what kills me. The same fans that want to see me die are offended when I say I'm going to kill a fighter.
That's, like, I never thought about it like that, but that's pretty real. Like, people basically, like, something in your body told you, like, tonight is not going to be good for me if I keep going. Like, there's just something in you that you knew, like, you know your body better than anyone. You went to school for it. And you said, this is not going to go good if I keep going. So you pulled it. And then people want to make...
Let me tell you something about your mind. That moment was too big for my mind at that point. And everybody in their life, whether you're a boxer, whether you work at a corporate company, whether it's with your kids, whether it's with your family, everybody in their life have a one or more moment where your mind and your perception of things isn't strong enough for that moment. The difference between them and me is I'm not ashamed to do it in front of millions of people. You got people who quit stuff every day. You've been a quitter since day one, but nobody knows because you do it behind closed doors.
I quit every time I run track.
You feel what I'm saying? Like there's so many people. You get these guys, you know, like one guy came to me and he was like, well, I don't know much about boxing, but I played football. And I'm like, well, do you play football now? Nah, I played in high school, so why don't you play now? Oh, well, you know what you quit. You gave up when it got hard. I can sit here and say you quit, and you could give me all kind of excuses like, nah, I didn't quit. Man, my mom was this, and you know I had to step out and do this, and I couldn't finish. How come you couldn't balance all of that? And it's nah, that ain't right. But if I say, look, man, that night just wasn't a good night for me. That ain't no excuse. For me, that's no excuse, but you got all the excuses in the world. It's sad, man. And the people who come on my Twitter and come on my Instagram and talk about quitting are people who have quit millions of times in life, but now they see somebody that they can rag on so they don't feel so bad inside. You feel what I'm saying?
They're really smart people, too. Like, I get the same people that kind of make fun of you, and they'll bring up, oh, you're race baiting. That's something that I get a lot. Like, oh, you're bringing it, and it's like, oh yeah, I am bringing up race in boxing because racism exists, and it actually exists in boxing too.
What people don't realize is if you say this is is racial or is prejudice, people are like, oh no, man, that's not happening. No, it is, because racism is something that exists in the world. It's not racism exists in the world, but not in boxing. It doesn't happen.
Boxing is the great elixir.
Boxing is they don't do that. But get the fuck out of here. And it's apparent, and people just sweep it under the rug and look past it.
Yeah, it's like that Al Gore movie, The Inconvenient Truth. It's inconvenient for a lot of people that don't have to deal with it, so they're like, well, I actually get entertainment from this.
I touch on it. I don't give a care who, because it's facts. Truth hurts.
And I think that's why you're a polarizing figure now. Like, because you touch on issues a lot of people don't want to touch on. You either have people that are gonna like kind of go to your Twitter to instigate with you, or you're gonna have people that I'm gonna guess are inspired by you.
Bruh, after I lost, when I was on my way to fight Golovkin, I put a video up. After I signed a contract and they announced it, I put a video on Instagram. I said, what you heard is true. I am getting ready to fight Golovkin. God is good. I'm blessed. I said, but I won't be on social media for about 4 or 5 days because I'm doing, I was doing a retreat at my church. And I shut my phone down, shut everything down, did my retreat, came back. When I came back, yeah, bitch, you better go to a retreat. You better go talk to God. God can't save you when you fight the white God. You're getting ready to fight the white. They just kept. So those, and then when I say, well, wow, if boxing isn't racist, or there isn't racial people in boxing,
why is white?
Why are they saying this to me? You know what they say to me? Oh, don't. People are just don't play into that. People, I'm not gonna play into it. But you can't look at this and say that it's not there.
Yeah, like you can't ignore that there's a racial component.
You can't sit here and say that there's not a racial underline there.
Especially if like you bring a racial element like
exactly